The first step won't reveal where the journey will take you or where it will end, especially if you're headed where no one else has ever been. You just have to take that first step. Borje Salming had no idea when he agreed to leave his native Sweden in 1973 that his hockey career would end up immortalized in bronze outside Air Canada Centre in Toronto. He didn't know that he would help change the perception of Swedish hockey players by becoming one of the toughest players of his era. He couldn't have predicted that he would set a precedent of success for generations of European hockey players in the NHL. He just took that first step.
I came over here just to have fun and play hockey. And at that time, you didn't make any money, you know, we were amateurs. You come over here, and all of a sudden you make money on the best you knew play hockey. So it's fantastic. When you play, you know, it's hard to feel everything. You know, you just so, you know, play games every day, every night and everything. But now you understand a little bit more what you have done and, you know, when you've gone through it, you know, and especially in Toronto, you know, there's such a hockey city, you know, it's amazing.
Well, Borje Salming is obviously an icon in Sweden and one of the biggest sports celebrities. He's right up there with Björn Borg and alpine skier Ingemar Stenmark. For all hockey players in Sweden, and especially paving the way for hockey players coming to the National Hockey League to North America, he was kind of the first player that really made North American coaches and management believe that the Swedes could actually play in North America and contribute in the NHL. So I think all National Hockey League Swedes have Borje to thank for where Swedish hockey is today, and it's a lot because of Borje Salming.
A week ago, Brendan Shanahan called me. He said I was going to go into the Legends row, and that was amazing. Hi guys. Hi. Good. Oh my God. How you doing? Hi. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Whoa. Who's that?
Joff or the CCM?
CCM.
CCM?
Yeah, that's what I have.
More with Joff?
Actually, my old one, my older son has the old one.
Oh.
The Joff helmet, right? Yeah. Wow. You know, I heard about, you know, Daryl, you know, was on it, and Johnny and Ted, and I said, well, who knows, maybe later on sometimes, but I would never thought it was going to be like today, you know, announcement, and in September. So it's amazing. You got to look back too, and you see my family come see maybe later on in 100 years, maybe it's still there. You know, it's just got to be. That's amazing.
George Armstrong, who's also getting a statue, says you are the greatest player who ever played for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, I know he said it too. I mean, he played 20 years in Toronto, and he was captain of Toronto. He was excellent hockey player. I mean, he said that. I mean, that feels good. You know, that feels really good in your heart, really.
point of mine, I get a point of yours. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
As Salming wrapped up his career in the late 1980s, a steady wave of Swedes was ready to hit the shores of the NHL. One of them would have a huge impact on the Toronto Maple Leafs. If Salming took the first Swedish steps in the NHL, then the leader of the next generation, Mats Sundin, hit the ground running. By the time he was the first European chosen first overall by the Quebec Nordiques in 1989, Sundin was a known entity to North American hockey fans, something that wouldn't have happened without Salming.
That's why I think I put Borje up there with a guy like Bjorn Borg, who put Sweden on the map, really, for a lot of people that didn't know where. I mean, Sweden is, remember, it's only 9 million people. It's a very small country in Europe, and no doubt Borje Salming had the same effect as Bjorn Borg did in terms of putting Sweden on the map out there.
Coming over, me and Inge Hammerson, we knew it was going to be tough, but I don't think we knew it was going to be that rough.
He won the Hart Trophy in 2003 as a member of the Colorado Avalanche, and has won 2 Stanley Cups.
I see Borje Salming as similar to a warrior style of player like Peter Forsberg. Skilled, he had all the skills, but he also had the warrior side of him that we all love in a hockey player, where he didn't mind going in the corners. He dropped his gloves, he stood up for himself and for his teammates. So he was the complete package as a hockey player. The harder the battle got, the better he played, and Borje Salming was certainly the perfect competitor in that way.
I mean, I heard of Peter, you know, I knew he was really good, and when I came back to play for AIK in Stockholm, I played against Peter when he played in Modo. And I sort of saw him in, you know, how I reacted. He was going crazy on the ice and, you know, screaming at refs and everything. So, and I sort of tried to calm him down. I said, relax, you know, you're going to get, you know, match penalty. And he said, off, he said.
Borje Salming was christened the King by his teammates. Despite his royal nickname, accolades, and success, he has always been a humble man.
I always look back, you know, I mean, I played maybe hard and gave 100%, but I never thought of it like I was an idol or something like that. Maybe now, in these days, maybe I hear about it, I understand it better. Yeah.
In 1976, the Canada Cup, all of my friends had the Team Canada jerseys.
Yeah.
I had the Sweden number 5.
No way.
Yeah, I had the Sweden number 5. So,
no way.
and I
Thanks
still
so
have
much.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
It's an honor. Thank you.
Toronto fans and, you know, Toronto Maple Leafs, I mean, treating me like gold here, and, you know, I always remember that, and that's why I'm coming back all the time.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Good job for you.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
The connection between the careers of Salming and Sundin go beyond the crests that they wore. On June 28, 1994, the day that he became a Maple Leaf, Mats Sundin was at Borje Salming's hockey camp in Sweden. And when the opportunity to become captain was presented to Sundin, it was Salming he turned to for advice.
Borje Salming had a huge influence on my career. I mean, I remember when I was traded to the Maple Leafs that summer, I was actually up at Borje Salming had a hockey school up in Kiruna, his hometown. And I remember talking to him about the Toronto Maple Leafs, and later, a few years after that, talking to him about being the captain for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Borje Salming has been my mentor in terms of my career with the Maple Leafs, and really guided me to make good decisions about when I was here as a player and being part of the Maple Leafs. So I have a lot to thank Borje for.
Well, he called me, you know, and I said, Jesus, you got to take the captaincy, because I said no. And so afterwards, you know, I said, Jesus, why didn't I take the captaincy? Of course, you know, you regret that, but on the other hand, I had a great time here, so, you know, I can't complain.
Is that you have to accept, because he really regretted not accepting the captaincy when he's offered that as a Maple Leaf, and so it made my decision very easy.
Salming played 16 seasons for the Leafs. Sundin, fittingly, played 13. Playing for a team and building a legacy with a team and a city is one thing, but both men know that there are few cities in the world whose team is woven so deeply into its fabric.
You have to look at teams like, I think, to compare, you have to look at a Manchester United or a Barcelona in soccer, where you have the culture of the hockey team is so embedded in the city and how people are, and it's very unique.
I always call this Toronto Mecca of hockey, because I played 16 years here, and I've seen and I heard everybody who came here, got traded here, you know, that's all they want to do, play for Toronto. And I was so lucky to come here from Toronto, or from Sweden, and play hockey here for 16 years.
For me, being a player, representing the Toronto Maple Leafs, who is the greatest hockey franchise in the world, and also get the chance to be the captain was something that I cherished my whole career playing, and also looking back at my career now, I feel so fortunate that I had the chance to represent the Toronto Maple Leafs for all those years, and also being the captain in a city where everybody really cares about hockey and the hockey team, Toronto Maple Leafs, and clearly the best part of my career playing for the Maple Leafs.
Big battle in front. Roberts got knocked down. They score! Sundin! He is hot.
I mean, with his long reach and score goals, I mean, he was such a good hockey player. Really, really nice hockey player. Everybody knows Mats back home. You know, he played for the national team, and he won the Olympics, he won the World Championship, and of course, you know, he played over here. He's been fantastic. Everybody knows him over there. He's so great over there.
There are about 6,000 kilometers between Sweden and Canada. But there is a lifetime between where Borje Salming started his Maple Leafs career and how William Nylander is starting his. Salming first made contact with the Leafs in a dressing room during a game in Sweden. Nylander first donned the Maple Leaf on a big stage in front of a national television audience.
Hockey has no boundaries, and I guess you are proof of that. Born in Calgary, basically grew up in North America, yet you hail from Sweden. What does it mean to be drafted by this team and maybe get a chance to wear its colors as soon as this fall?
No, it's probably one of the best feelings in the world, hearing your name and being called up by an amazing organization like the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Salming made an immediate impact on the NHL upon arriving for his first training camp. 42 years later, Nylander was sent back to Sweden. When the Leafs did decide to bring Nylander back to Toronto mid-season, it was made clear that he was joining the Marlies, not a pioneer, nor a savior, but a piece of the future with lots of work to do.
The Leafs recalling from Modo of the Swedish Hockey League first-round pick, William Nylander. He'll join the Marlies in a few days' time and likely make his debut against the Hamilton Bulldogs in Hamilton a week Friday on January the 23rd.
Modo had done an excellent job with his development through the first half of the year, and rather than being just staunch and having him just play out the rest of the year, we wanted to make sure we were evaluating everything and say maybe it would be better to have him come over for the second half of the year, get adapted. We like what we've seen from William through the first half of the year and through the World Juniors. So now it's an opportunity for him to come and get acclimatized to playing in North America.
He makes some spectacular plays. He can do things with the puck and at speed that other players can't do. But I think the tempering aspect of it is being patient and understanding that he is a young player and there's a huge learning curve that he's got to go through along with the rest of the players that we have here.
Like Salming and Sundin, there is a welcome confidence about William Nylander. Calm but tough, happy but driven. Marlies coach Gord Dineen, who played against both Salming and Sundin, sees many of the same attributes. He is liked by his teammates, respected for his work ethic and attitude, as much as his obvious skills.
I haven't met too many Swedes that I could really say a negative thing about. They're just they're a joy to be around, and they're the type of people that embrace life. And I think Willie's one of those kind of guys. And when you see, the lineage of Borje Salming or Matt Sundin, and maybe being able to continue that lineage along with the other Swedish guys that we have in our club, and every day they just they want to knock the door down. These guys have come over, and I'll tell you, they just love the game, and they come to the rink every day, and it's, as a coach, it's a pleasure because you don't have to push them out the door. They want to bang it down, and so I think Willie falls in that category too.
It's just something that you might have been taught when you were young. It's, I think, hard work, and that will probably lead to good things. So if you're willing to put down the time and, of course, have fun while you're there, if you love what you do, I think it makes it even easier.
In Toronto, Nylander shares an apartment with another Swede, hoping to make an impact with the organization. Defenseman Tom Nielsen, a 2011 Leafs pick. Whether Nielsen makes an impact on the ice, he has already become an important part of the city. He was the Marlies' nomination for the AHL Man of the Year for his outstanding contributions to the Toronto community.
Well, I guess I've been a professional player. This is my 4th year now. I'm from Stockholm, so that's kind of a big city as well. So coming here, everything's bigger, I guess, than Stockholm, but still, it's a really good city. I love the people here. It's kind of a calm feeling, even though it's really big. So that's the thing that I love most about Toronto.
Everything is almost, it's not that much of a difference. With everything else in Sweden, I think it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So I think coming over here and adapting to that lifestyle, I think it was no problem.
It's the same thing, but a different language.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, basically. And different, no different hockey too.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty much the same.
This is his bed. This is my bed. I sleep here. Well, I have a bed at Victor's place. But see, he had his buddies over, so I let him borrow the bed.
It's never good when guys come into the team and think they're something bigger than they are. We have a really good group now, and when Willie came in, he fitted into the group really good. We took care of him. He just did it really good, and I guess it's because he's a good guy, and that's why, I guess.
I've been at Lou's place and Tom's place, and I think they've been amazing teammates and even better people to just take me in and let me stay there. And they made the transition very easy, and every day makes you feel like I'm home. So it's been great.
Willie is, I guess, the more famous guy. Some fans come up to him, take some photos and autographs and stuff like that. So, but that's part of the hockey life here. Like, if you're a first-round draft pick in Toronto Maple Leafs, you're gonna be recognized. Like, and seeing Willie taking care of all that stuff, it's pretty amazing how he handles it.
I got center. Oh yeah. Kom då! Oh, what a pass. How you feel like compared to last week?
Yeah, way better.
What?
Way better.
Yeah, you look better too.
My conditioning is like so severe.
Yeah. Yeah. Backdoor Billy. Oh yeah. Oh, I like it. Backhand. Good boy, Frats. Looking good today. Hand. Hey.
You know, he's going to be a work in progress, and the one thing that we have to do as a group is that we have to be patient with him, because he does make mistakes just like other players on our team, but we understand that mistakes are part of the learning curve with him.
Fantastic talent. I think Nylander is going to be an asset for the organization, the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's still young, he's small, but he's got all those skills that it's really tough to train to get, you know, that he's got. He's a very, very gifted player, and if he gets to grow a little stronger physically and work on his game, he's going to be an asset for the Maple Leafs. There has to be a little bit of a Swedish connection for the Maple Leafs.
Over time, he's going to get better because he wants to get better, and he's got very good examples in that room of guys that really want to get better and they work hard at their craft, and he's one of those guys. So the potential side of it is very high, just based on his work ethic and his will to get better.
Well, I mean, of course, you want to become the best player you can be. So I think every day coming to the rink, that's your goal. I have no idea where my career is gonna go, so I just want to do as best I can with the time I have.
67 different Swedes appeared in at least one NHL game this season. It's clear the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't the only team in the NHL to have welcomed Swedish players. But the impact that Swedes have had on this franchise in the last 40 years is undeniable.
Like with Sundin and Hammerström and Salming, I know that they've been a big part of the Maple Leafs, especially with Borje getting a statue now too. So I think the Leafs love Swedes for now.
Like the careers they represent, the statues that live on Legends Row are crafted with talent, perseverance, and vision. Borje's statue will be there soon. Perhaps Mats will join him one day. As for William Nylander and the next generation, wherever in the world they come from, only time will tell.